Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Brick Buzz.
So, Bernie, where's Angela today?
She's not here today. I'm going to replace her today.
I don't think it's that easy to replace Angela, but go for it. Take a shot.
But today I'll be the one asking you questions.
That means I'm in trouble. I'm in hot waters.
Yeah, so lately we've been hearing a lot of questions from our client that, there's a lot of bad reputations about the agents in Dubai. So I'm going to ask you a few questions that we get a lot from, newcomers and clients of ours.
So, basically, in Dubai, the real estate consultants, the fraternity gets a lot of bad rep, right?
Yeah.
That's your question? And you've decided to ask me that?
Yeah, like we get a lot of questions and people be like, real estate agents in Dubai are like this, they're like that. There are a lot of, misconceptions about them. So today we're
Okay,
gonna
so you are in real estate. You're actually not an active agent.
Yes.
You look after the digital side of it, right? So people are more comfortable in coming to you and asking these questions and sharing. Actually, not asking you a question, but sharing the feedback and sharing how they have been treated in the past, their experiences, and how they feel. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So go for it. Ask me what the queries are and what the concerns are. It's not a query actually. It's a concern that they have.
Yeah.
So ask me their concerns.
So mostly we get to hear a lot that, agents in Dubai are not very transparent about the cost and the fees of the properties when they're purchasing or maybe renting their properties. So they're like, agents have
The
not
transparency.
Told. Yeah. They're not
Okay,
very
that's the
transparent.
first concern.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to ask me tough questions today. I feel like it. Okay, go for it. As far as the transparency is concerned, as per statistics, and it's not that something I'm making up, 87% of the people who join real estate leave this field within the first year.
Okay.
So there is a significant chance that the person you are dealing with in real estate is actually not someone who has n number of years of experience under the belt. They may be someone who are new. They may be someone who are inexperienced, and that can be the cause of this concern. One more aspect is people think I'm doing something else and then I'll do real estate. It's so easy. I've seen my friends selling apartments, selling townhouses, selling villas. It's looks so easy. I will jump in part-time. Now,
Yeah.
so their heart and soul is not in it. They think this is a way of making quick money. They will just come in and dollars and dirhams will fly from the heavens,
I
and
think
then
nowadays they are seeing a lot of videos on social media.
So they
Real
think it's
estate
very
agents
easy.
are selling luxury property and they're earning so much of money.
exactly.
So it's a easy job, just sell a property and I'll be a millionaire. So yeah.
You're actually very right. But how do you feel about it? Do you think that's the truth?
Obviously it's not. I mean, like I'm working in this field.
How long have you been in this field? Like how long have you been in Dubai and seeing me and the team work?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And in those 3 years, have you seen us grinding it every day?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not easy at all. Like, I've seen you guys struggle in selling one property. It's like so
And it's
much.
not, and it requires hard work.
Yeah.
It requires back-end knowledge. It requires thorough study. Then communicating all those factors to the clients. And the only way you can have sustainable relationship is that you are there guiding beacon, and you guide them that this is the right investment, this is the right amount, this is the amount you have to spend. Like, for example, this 1% investment. Oh, you'll get a property for 1%. You just have to give 1%, right?
That's like a very attracting strategy, by the way. Like most of the people are like, "Oh my
But
god, just 1%."
Exactly, just 1%. But
Yeah.
are you aware that a down percent of 10 plus 10 plus 4 is required?
No, like nobody knows that until unless you're actually going to purchase the property.
So you are going with the mindset that I've just give 1%. I select the property, I fill in the paperwork, and then you realize that it's initially you have to give 10%,
yeah,
plus another 10% within the next month, and then the first 10% is accompanied by 4% registration fee, the DLD registration fee. So these are the factors. Now, there can be two reasons why the transparency in some cases is not there. One,
Okay.
I've just joined the field. I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just sharing what can be the reasons.
Okay.
I've just joined the field. I do not know the complete dynamics. There is no hand holding of my line manager or my supervisor or my team lead or anybody in that circle. So I am not aware of it fully myself. So how can I guide you completely?
True.
One. Secondly, I am pressurized that I have to make a quick sale, and because I have to make a quick sale, I might at times deliberately choose not to share those things, which is a totally unethical and unprofessional practice. Is it being done? Yes, in some cases it is being done. Do we condemn the real estate industry and the professionals condemn it? Yes, we are very open and transparent in saying, at least me, that yes, I will condemn it. But these things are happening in the market, and that's why I always tell people the amount of energy and time you're spending in selecting a property, at least invest half of that in selecting the people you're going to work with, and hence from there comes the motto of Kapala Properties, building relationships for a lifetime.
So my second question would be that we have come across many clients or new people that have come to us. Basically, they told us, they've gone through many advertisements in which, they've seen properties that look so good in the pictures and in the videos, and they be like, oh, we're so tempted to buy that property, but when they actually go to the property itself to view it, they'll be like, it doesn't look like that, it's so different.
So there's a dichotomy between what you see in pictures
It's
and what you see
misleading,
in
basically.
half of the people I know and their profile pictures are misleading. So the same.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah,
I knew
the
this
same.
was
The same is transpired in the property. So now there's a terminology being used too extensively, and that's luxury. We have to, as an industry, set boundaries for luxury. Luxury is a very defined parameter.
Yes.
So anything happening in one end of Dubai is not actually luxury. Okay. Why are people not talking about affordable living in Dubai? I mean, affordable living is actually a segment, but nobody talks about it. Even for that segment, we use the term luxury, and we'll take very beautiful videos and for off-plan projects that have not yet been developed and being built. And when you read the SPA, you will find out that the material going to be used in it is not what probably you see in that brochure. So again, there has been instances during the recent rains that a couple of buildings, the basements were flooded, and the people who have parked their cars there had certain amount of damage. Referring back to my point then, please select the people who know what luxury means. And if you are actually looking for luxury, I can guide you towards luxury projects. But if you want affordable living, then be very specific in saying, I want affordable living, and then people who are competent would guide you towards that affordable living.
True, but I think nowadays, like everyone, they hear the word luxury and they want to
So
buy. So
you do half of the digital marketing. You tell me you do
yeah,
the
so that's
luxury.
like what attracts people more because, like from what I know, everyone
Listen, the
knows Dubai
season. No,
is
no,
known
no.
for
The
luxury.
no, but you see, luxury has dynamics.
Yeah.
Luxury does not only concern properties, it's the lifestyle. You see, there are certain properties that you are not just living there, you are following a certain lifestyle. People, why do people want to live in a golf course? Because they play golf. That's a certain lifestyle. People would like to live on beaches or in places like Palm Jumeirah because they are used to a certain lifestyle. So once we are talking about lifestyle, that's relates to luxury. You're driving. You can't tell me I'm driving an XYZ car. I'm driving a Yaris, and it's a luxury lifestyle. I'm sorry, uh, it's not. It's comfort, yes. It's affordable, yes. But let's define segments. How many of us actually talk about affordability and value for money? Even luxury has value for money. I'm not saying that the luxury doesn't have value, but it holds a certain place, right? So, I mean, I'm very transparent about it. We can have a detailed discussion on it, but calling everything luxury doesn't sit well with me. I don't know. I can be wrong.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're basically asking me how should an agent prioritize the client's interest over what they have to sell?
Yes.
Right. Listen, that's the reason that generally happens when you go to a specific developer.
Okay.
Okay, if you come to me and you tell me, Asim, I have X amount of budget, I can tell you, okay, you have X, Y, Z option as far as the developers are concerned, X, Y, Z options as far as the locations are concerned, and X, Y, and Z options as far as the projects within that master plan are concerned. So your options, you have n number of options and n number of computations to do and then find what is actually suitable for you. But if you go to a specific developer, then that developer can only sell those particular things. Or if you have a tie up with certain developer, an agent has a tie up, or an agent thinks, yes, I can sell this unit and get this amount of commission in return. But it all boils down to your ethical practices.
Okay.
If you're ethical in your practice and you want to ensure that this client is going to come back to me, it's not a one time deal. And a lot of times, what we forget is the word of mouth marketing that these clients would do for you, the referrals that you can generate from that client. And on the flip side, the referrals you can actually lose from one client. If you don't provide them the quality of service, if you're not being honest and truthful, that listen, this project, I don't think so, this is right for you because of these reasons. And it's not, even if you have a gut feeling about certain things, which all human beings, as we do, but it has to be written down. It has to make some sort of SWOT analysis or something that it's tangible, which you can actually explain to your client. So if you are looking for that sustainable business, not a one-time deal, this is not something you're doing part-time. I'm very against people who take up this profession as part-time. I'm sorry if I'm offending people, but this is how I feel. You and I are doing this full time, and this is our bread and butter, and I'm just defending my point of view.
And what would you have to say like about there are instances where there are agents that just want to sell the property and then after that, the client's calling them and they're like, I have a problem or there's some issue with the documents or, I was not told, so and so thing is written in my contract with the developer and like, they're trying to contact the agent but there's no agent anymore. They're like gone.
87%.
Yeah.
I just told you 87% of the people are in this business for shorter than 1 year, and they leave this business within 1 year. So real estate is from the time that you have to do prospecting till the time you're closing and you get your commission. It's a very, very tedious process. It's not something that you can do without homework, without preparation, without doing your due diligence, without having the market knowledge, understanding the market dynamics, understanding the developers, what new projects are coming, where Dubai is heading. How many of us actually take the time to read the reports that are there? Property Finder issues one, Bayut issues one, Knight Frank issues one, D33 reports there. All these reports, how many of us actually read and understand how Dubai is growing? Dubai is right now 3.5 million. Uh, we see developed cities that have a population of 10 million, 15 million, 16 million. So what's the journey from now to 16 million? There has to be a tangible journey, na? So are we cognizant of these factors, and or are we just going ahead with hearsay? Oh, Mr. XYZ or Miss XYZ told me this, that, oh, this is how Dubai is going, so I'm just going to adhere to those words. Do your own due diligence and guide your clients accordingly.
Not many people actually do that, but okay.
That's my exact point.
Yeah. Okay. My next question would be that there are many clients that complain that, a lot of the real estate agents that they deal with put a lot of pressure on them for purchasing a property. Like, buy it now, now's the right time, it's a new launch, this is a very good offer, you won't get this later, just buy it now. What do you have to say about that?
All these clients are Angelus clients, right?
Not necessarily, they are yours as well.
Okay, all those clients are complaining. Okay, this particular topic. Okay, now there are two flip sides. There is, at times, a sense of urgency. There's actually a sense of urgency. For example, I'll give you the example of Madina Jumeirah Living launch.
Yes.
Aldar.
Yes.
Aldar came up with a bang. Phase 1, Phase 2, X number of townhouses and villas in Phase 1, X number of townhouses and villas which they had to launch in Phase 2. Palm Jabal Ali launch. So in those launches, actually, if you have to buy something, you have to select an agent which has access to all those units, and it is not actually at times done at launch, but even pre-launch. Even Danube. Yesterday I was there. My client was there. I told him, these are the dynamics, these are the factors. This development is a very prime development. It's not going to be there because I'm bringing in clients. The clients are approaching them directly, and there are other agents and other agencies that are bringing in their own clients.
Right.
So don't assume that every time your agent or your real estate consultant is actually creating a sense of urgency, it's false. If you have the trust element on your agent, the urgency can actually be true. However, I don't believe in those pressure tactics that are exerted, that you have to buy it now. If you have done your due diligence, you have given all the features and all the factors to your client, and you understand what they need, and they understand what you are ready to deliver, then they would say yes. Or if they need time to think, give them time to think.
But how should a client differentiate between them? Like, one is, okay, there is actually an urgency, but one is that, the agent is actually pressurizing the client to buy because he just wants to make a sale.
So everybody wants to make a sale.
That is
There's
obvious.
nothing, it's not wrong. But at the same time, are you looking after the interest of the client? Okay, the first factor, you are a client, you come to me. ask him, I want to buy. Yeah, buy this, buy this. No. Did I have a meeting with you in which you and I sit down and I understand what you want? Is it somewhere you want to live? Is it for an investment? Is it something that you would like to make a home for the next 10 to 15 years? You're considering that? Okay, if this is for investment, what kind of ROI do you want? What kind of capital gain do you want? Did I have that discussion with you? If I have that discussion with you, and based on that discussion, I'm now suggesting and proposing a project to you, that should make it very clear. Yet, yes, I've done my due diligence. I have to convince you.
Correct.
Lot of times when the clients, our real estate consultants get upset. No, the client is asking too many questions. He's just wasting my time. No. The client actually is doing something positive. If I don't want to buy a thing, I will just simply say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I don't want to buy.
If he's interested, he'll ask you questions.
If he's interested, he will ask you 101 questions because he has those doubts and he's genuinely interested in clearing those doubts. Very rightly said. Maybe you'll replace Angela one day. You're right.
I'm thinking too, but
Yeah, let's see. Angela, here's this. What's her reply?
okay. So my next question is, how do clients view the balance between the agent's loyalty to their best interests and the needs of multiple parties?
It relates to the same thing. The clients would understand that yes, the person is actually, you have to look after the interest of all the parties. So if you have to, first of all, is the client. Then, for example, if there's a buyer and a seller, you have to make sure that it's a balanced equation. If there is a developer involved, then the developer works under certain parameters, that this is the time frame you have to give the down payment, this is the time frame you have to give the 4%, this is the time frame you have to give the rest of the payment plan.
Right.
Or now, as an agent, you are supposed to be transparent. You're supposed to have complete understanding of this. Take the complete information, understand the whole information, and translate this to your client. So, and make sure that your client understands it completely.
Okay.
Now, in case of any eventuality, for example, there's some emergency in somebody's family or something happens and they cannot make the payments, then if this is genuine need, you are supposed to handhold them and guide them what needs to be done. How do you approach the developer? How do you communicate the same? There are times when the developers are understanding, they are cognizant of these factors, and they would like to help their client. They're very helpful. They're there to help you if there's a genuine need. So striking a balance is very important. And if you do this in the right way, then the developer will appreciate your efforts. Your client will also appreciate your efforts, and they will always be your clients.
They'll be loyal to you then.
Yes.
Okay. My next question would be that there are reports of real estate agents in Dubai lacking sufficient knowledge about the local market, including the value of the property, the trends, and the rules and regulations. What do you have to say about that?
I think this again relates to, we don't read the reports.
Yeah.
We don't read, I don't, at times, if I don't read the report and my client asks me how Dubai is progressing, very fine. Define very fine. Define the parameters of fine. Or you ask a certain group of people, they would always pull a no. Dubai is not stable, it's a bubble. How it's a bubble? Do you know there is an actual thing called a bubble report? It's issued in Switzerland. Every year, the countries that are in that bubble are actually indicated. Dubai has never been. Dubai is the safest, one of the safest place to actually invest. But we have not read this. We don't read that. We are not in a habit, and we, by saying me as well, and not in a habit, are very well read, I know.
No, I don't
You're
like
very,
reading
you're very.
at all.
But until unless we read the reports, we compile the results, we understand, decipher, and then in tangible format explain it to the clients, it's not going to be having any effect. And then
True.
we will be just passing on the buck to somebody else. Yes, I don't understand these reports, so what do? I make up my own assumptions, and my assumptions are my reality, and that's what I will transfer to the client. And that may or may not have credible information backing that up.
So my next question would be like, to what extent do real estate agents comply to the laws and regulations in Dubai?
What do you think?
Not all of them actually.
I think everybody, as far as the laws are concerned, there is no gray area. It has to be complied in toto.
They
It
do,
has to
yeah.
be. It's not. It's very digital. It's not your performance that's analog. That half of the time, yes, I'm lethargic or something. It's either you do it or you don't do it.
True.
And I think there is no way that the real estate agents do not comply. They have to comply. The laws are not assumptions. They are there as guide. There's no gray area there. They have to comply with the regulations and laws, and those laws have been set by organizations that understand this through and through,
Okay.
and they are professionals, and they have designed the system accordingly so that it benefits every party in concern. So I don't see any gray area there.
Okay. What do you have to say about, like, nowadays new agents that are coming to the market? When they're trying to sell a property, they try to top up.
Uh, well, as far as the new agents coming, I say the more the merrier. We would like professionals to join this industry, and this industry needs professional, competent, young blood. So I would say welcome all. We're looking to take people in our team as well. So anybody is interested, just let us know. As far as top up is concerned, I'm not a fan of this terminology, and I am not a fan of, because then you're actually misleading people.
Correct.
If you want X amount of money and you are the seller's agent, ask the seller, listen, I can sell this for this value and I need this amount of commission. What commission do you get in a sale from if it's a secondary sale? It's 2%. Now 2% is not a law. 2% is the market practice. There's nobody saying that you cannot go to the concerned people and concerned buyer and seller, say, listen, this was very hard sale and I'm going to do all my best to get you this value. Can I ask for a 3% commission? Can I ask for a 4% commission? Isn't that so? So rather than you taking a shortcut and then the client later on finding out that you did this, you're going to lose that client. Might as well, if you think the amount of work you have done justifies that 3% or 4% or X%, then ask them the amount of energy, time I'll spend and the marketing I'm going to do, and the amount I'm going to spend on the marketing warrants that I need to have 4% commission. Then ask for it. And if they don't give you that, then you have the right to walk away from that, right? Nobody is forcing you to make that sale, but top up is unethical.
Right. Okay, so my last question to you would be that...
That will make you happy, huh? Last question.
No, I mean, like, it's for me also, if I join the real estate. So
You are in real estate.
I mean, like, if I plan on selling properties one day.
Yeah, guys, watch out for this one.
Like, new people that are coming in the market, they're struggling in selling properties. They're like, I'm trying to convince clients. It's been months that I'm trying to sell a property. It's like, what do I do? Like, what advice would you give them? Like, how do they start off?
Okay. Be enthusiastic. One. Be structured in your approach.
Okay.
There are elements to follow. You have to do prospecting. From prospecting, you build a pipeline. From pipeline, you actually have prospective clients, and from prospective client, it's a whole philosophy. Then you have leads, and then leads convert into sales, and sales convert into referrals and other businesses. And so this is a whole philosophy. And be consistent and be
Okay.
persistent. You cannot do one thing one day and say, no, this is not working. Do another thing another day. Day in, day out, you have to come in, give it your 100%, be structured in your approach, be honest. The client knows. You're talking to people who have earned millions. They know how to earn money, how to preserve that money. They know if you're trying to give them something, a raw deal, they would know. Now, it is up to them that how they would respond to that. They might be nice and not say it to your face, but they're not ready to close any deal with you. So what you need to do is to be diligent and consistent. And that's it.
So that's going to be all for today.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie. So how was being on that side of the fence now? Well, you've always been behind the camera, and you are the one who has been very diligent in uh, getting this podcast on time, every time, making this, delivering this. Obviously, with the assistance of Asad, we cannot thank him enough. But you've always been behind the camera, and you like it there.
I love it behind
Yeah,
the
you love it
camera.
behind the camera.
I'm not a big fan of being in
So
front of the camera.
what motivated you today to be in front of the camera?
You, you told me that I need to step up my game and come in front of the camera as well and speak and
And
give my
you
opinions.
on your own never wanted that.
No.
And I persuaded you to do that.
Yeah.
So my sales skills are not rusty.
I don't think so at all. But yeah, you convinced me to come in front of
And
the camera.
and how do you feel now that you have done this episode?
I still prefer being behind the camera.
So maybe we'll see if you're behind the camera, if you're in front of the camera. Let's see how it goes.
I think if
But
I
thank
keep
you.
coming in front of the camera, I'll probably replace Angela.
That's
So,
a
yeah.
tall statement. That's a
Yeah.
tall statement.
We'll see.
We'll in the next episode we'll see how Angela reacts to that.
You gotta ask her that.
Thank you, Bernie. It was an amazing experience sitting with you, and you have asked me some certain very hard-hitting and pertinent questions. And all the people that interact with us, even if they are not asking us this directly, at certain point in time, that's what is floating in the back of their head.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking those questions, and I've tried my level best to clarify
Most of them.
those things, most of them,
Thank you for having
if not
me
all.
here.
I thought I did everything by the book and gave you 100% answers.
You did a good
What do you
job.
mean, most of them?
You did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for having me here. See you in the next episode.